Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I'm David Marsh, and I've called this live on with the colonial shelf. Don't know if you knew before, guys, that just get me to get the book. Sorry about that for just a few seconds there. But we're doing a colonial shelf. That's for people who've not watched before. And that profile there, I drew that out to a actual size, or well, it was slightly bigger than that. I drew it out to that actual size, which is there, with paper, and used that as a template to cut out the pieces of timber that I needed to do for the sides, for the colonial shelf sides. Disappeared again, sorry about that. But I'm now going to set things up to carry on with it.
Oh no.
As you can see there, I've set up here a device where I can mark out where I'm going to put the two shelves. I'm going to put a groove in there and a groove in there. But don't know if you can actually notice that is not finished off. It's still a fresh cut from when I first cut it out. So I'll point you towards the device, and I'll show you how easy it is to smooth these off. You just need a bit of rough sandpaper, that's off a belt sander, a nice flat piece of timber that'll do it, and you just hold it.
Hello.
That's my son behind, onto the thing there, and you just hold it on and sand it like that. It should smooth all those bumps out.
Don't tell anybody, but Kyle wants a paramedic coat.
So that's that bit.
Dad, don't tell anybody that Kyle wants a paramedic coat.
That bit. Hayden wants a paramedic coat, everybody. He's fascinated with the paramedics, so he likes to watch paramedics a lot. He's a special person, aren't you, Sophie? Hayden was born with difficulties, bless him, and he's been to special school, stuff like that, throughout his life. He's been in hospitals, in and out of hospitals all his life, hasn't you, sweetheart? You know, that's been part of his life. All he's ever known is hospitals. He does have behavioural difficulties now, bless him, since he come to puberty.
Don't say that.
Well, it's life, isn't it?
It's not good to say about it.
That's it.
No!
Sorry, sweetheart. This is probably where I use a vice on those ends. But if I show you now, guys, it's starting to smooth out a little bit. Yes, there's still a little bit of a lump there, so what I'll do is carry on smoothing that out. It does take a while sometimes for these bumps to disappear.
We can help you.
But you will see it will come out.
The incident off the car, Dad.
You know, when you do an in-curve like this, when it's going inwards like that, sometimes you're better off using a rounded block, so it follows the shape of the arc. You can see, look, it's getting slowly better. Still that little tiny bit of a bump there, but it's getting better. And then the next thing I was going to do...
Oh, I love that.
Where did I mark it out to?
Oh,
okay. That's right. I was going to mark the shelves. Now I've got some spare timber here. Let's say a quick hello, Hayden.
Hello.
We'll stand here where Daddy is. That's it. In front of Daddy, that's it. Say hello to everybody.
Hello.
Because you are live. My mum's on. Thanks for coming on, Mum. So let's point this back down towards the piece of timber that I'm working on. I've got a piece of timber to get the thickness of the shelves, because the shelves, pretend that's a straight piece of timber, it's going to go there and there. So I've done a measurement. I've got a broken ruler here, but I've done a measurement to measure the middle, which I've marked out there. So I'm now going to mark each side of the timber there and get those 2 marks on that one. I mark the centre of that one as well, so I'm going to do exactly the same here and mark the timbers. I've got a square ready and I'm going to mark that. I'm not going to take this right to the end because I want the timber to finish slightly back from it. So if I go there and there, look, see how I've left it behind a little bit there.
I'll go down to this, Kyla.
I'm going to do the same here. That's Carla speaking. So we're going to have commentary on the live while we're doing this. And then I've also guys got to mark the depth that I'm going to do it at. That can be any depth. I could go halfway if I wanted, but I'm going to roughly choose a third of the way, and I'm going to mark it freehand, and then do exactly the same there, and then do the same on the other side. Now to get it the same, I use a marking gauge,
I'll get it.
but I've also got to mark roughly where these are, like that, so I don't do the thing too far across and it stays where the groove's going to be. Right? So I shall just go to this mark here, which is actually not that far off, and I shall tighten that, and I shall just mark it there and there. This will help. Oops. Nearly did it too far then, guys.
High five, Kyla.
You'll not be able to see it, so I shall just mark it with a pencil, which is there, look. You see how that line is nice and, well, reasonably straight?
Come here.
I shall do the same on this one and mark that out. This is how people, joiners, mark their mortise and tenon joints and stuff like that out. And I've done the same there, look. That one. Yeah? Now, I want a nice neat cut on this. I could use the tenon saw and cut straight down here and do it. Another thing I've got to do, I've got to come back here so far. So if I come back, I would say 5mm on that one, and I'd probably say 5mm or so there on that one. So I've got to use that as a mark there and do that. Same with this one.
I hope that was not on the live, Dad.
No, you don't do it. And then we've got a mark there on that one. See, look guys, I've got a nice little square there. Nice little square there. As I was saying earlier, I need a nice straight line.
Give me a paw.
Standing knife. Square.
Roll over, Kyla.
Nice and gently. When you first do your first cut, you place it on the line, and then you do a nice gentle cut. You don't press too hard, and then you gradually go harder on it. And then you'll be able to actually probably be able to follow it like that, look.
Do it, Kyla.
Right, that gives you a nice neat cut that you can feel on it. So that now, when I start chopping it out with the chisel, it will, the timber will follow that as it falls out, and as I'm chiseling it, it will follow that groove. Give her
Roll
the biscuits, please, Hayden. Don't talk to them.
Cooking now.
He loves to torment the dog sometimes. So a nice and gentle cut,
Come here.
and then gradually press on harder and harder and harder. And then you do the same here, look. Little nice cut. But try and make sure that I don't go too far on that one. So that will follow the cut. When I did the first cut on that, I did it nice and gentle, so it didn't follow the grain of the timber. So it did a nice straight cut. Because if I'd have pressed it really hard, sometimes it would have gone off and followed the grain of the timber. Same with that way. The timber will make it bounce and follow off. So that's what you do. Now, you have a choice, guys, of chiselling. As you see, that one is nearly the size of the groove, which if you like to do nearly the size, that's fine. It's blunt. That one's not so bad. But that one, I could chop that side and then go to that side and then go to that side and then go to that side and chop out as I do it.
Well, I should get on the leg.
But they're not sharp. So I did a stone here earlier. It's got nails underneath it, just sticking out slightly. Let's turn that angle.
I'll do it for
You can see the sharpening stone there, look. So I put some oil on this sharpening stone earlier, and the way to do a stone.
Round.
Oh, brought a tissue here earlier just to wipe that, and then you follow the natural angle of the timber it was on.
She's on after Christmas.
Do it usually swirly pattern like that.
What's it?
And then feel nothing there, so it's not really done much. So because it's not done much, you clean that front anyway, that angle. You clean that front, so you know it's clean. It's not done much. So when you're sharpening it, you tilt it over a little bit more, and then it'll just come in more, and it'll make that edge. The way to find that is when you put a chisel on a sharpening stone, you can see the oil push out. As you see the oil push out, you're on that actual plane of that angle. So you just lift it up more, a little bit more, like that, and then carry on. Now the angle is slightly different. Sometimes you can sharpen these at an angle, so it's important to keep this at a 90-degree angle, a square angle, not 90-degree angle. Now that, it's got a slight edge to it. When I feel that and I go on there, I can feel a little burr on it, so I know it's starting to sharpen. So now, I'll turn the flat side on and bring it back. And then wipe it again. Find a piece of scrap wood and just take the burr off. And that should be reasonably sharp, which it is. It just wants another touch. So, again, I'll tilt the angle until I get the oil squeezing out. And it's there. So I'll just do that very lightly. And do that. It should start to sharpen.
Bake.
It is. Yes. Yeah, that is very, very sharp, guys.
I don't get
so, to prove it's sharp, just go like that, look.
Over.
See? That's how sharp it is. That's just pushing.
Over.
So,
over.
if you find this very interesting, I hope you do. I'm not going to carry on much longer because I don't want a live to go on too long. Give her the biscuit, please. Right.
It's over.
Sorry about that. So I hope you've all enjoyed that. This is something that I try and do with Hayden. He wanted to take part, but now he's just got distracted and wanted to play with the dog. But what I shall do later with him is give him some bits of these timber and go on the bandsaw and see if he wants to cut them out with that. Or even put them in the vase and then do a bit of chisel chopping with it. Because, to him, that's entertaining, isn't it? And as far as he knows as well, he's helped make that. So it encourages him to do things like that. But I think it's great when I've got time to do things like this with Hayden. You know, I get paid to look after him. Yeah, by the council and what have you. Fair enough. I get paid to look after him with the council. But I also get paid for something else, just in case. And that's for doing absolutely nothing. So I'm in a catch-2 here, whatever the situation is. I'm in a perfect situation where I look after my son, get paid for that, and I also get paid for doing nothing passively as well. But that's another plan B that I've got that I think is brilliant, because you never know what's going to happen nowadays in COVID. You know, the council are struggling for money, and I thought, I've got to do something here. And that plan B is now paying for my mortgage. So, great, you know, extra money for me in my pocket, for looking after my son as well. Unbelievable. But anybody wants to know about that plan B, feel more than welcome to ask me. Anybody wants to carry on watching me doing these lives and seeing these little projects that I do, brilliant. Because it's not only about that, not only about watching me in my fat belly, it's seeing all these different projects. So, thank you very much again, everybody, for watching. See you later.